Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. So on today's episode, we're going to be kicking it off with this woman right here, guys, who says, I am sick of it. She is sick and tired of crying over men who do not want her, guys. So without further ado, let's take a listen to what she has to say. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
I had the worst night of my entire life last night, and if the universe hates me, bitch, that's fine, but say it to my face and say it with your chest, because not again will she be having me cry over a boy as her form of humbling me. Okay, there's a million other ways to do it, and that simply will just not be one of them, because if it happens again, bitch, it's on site. I am throwing hands. Miley, what's good? Me and the universe are having some serious beef right now, and I'm pissed.
Guys, I've made this point many times over, but it's always interesting to notice how despite the amount of options that modern women have, they always go after the men who make them cry. Right? You can line up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus relationships ready to go with a good guy who's going to treat them well, and they always find a way to select the man who doesn't want them. It's almost like they select the men who don't want them, guys. And so when they turn around and they make TikTok videos, asking for sympathy or saying that they have issues with the universe because of the way they're getting treated, I have no sympathy, guys. I really don't. It's like the equivalent of someone who has tons and tons and tons of money, saying that, oh, they're broke. It's like you're not broke, okay? You have plenty of options to choose from. You just don't want the men who are interested in you. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we are going to go through some of these absolute clown world TikToks. So as we go through, guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. So let's kick it off from the very beginning. And let me just move this down so we can see her face right here.
Haha, I thought I was booed up, but I was really boo-boo clown the whole time, so there goes me wasting another period of my life vibing out with a person that did me dirty.
I'm done.
Okay.
You seriously don't go after me? You just gonna let me walk away? What's wrong with you? You literally just let me walk. Like an idiot. I hate you.
Okay.
It's not even.
Guys, I understand that this is a skit, right? But how many of you guys have had this experience in your life, right? Where, a lot of men, particularly when they're more inexperienced with relationships, they really want to keep a girl around. And then as guys kind of get older or they have more options, they're like, you know what? It's really not worth the hassle. If she wants to go, I'm just going to let her go. And this exact situation happens, guys, where when you let a woman go, all of a sudden she wants to turn around and stay, guys. It's very interesting how that works. And they'll try all this sort of emotional little gaslighting and saying, oh, I hate you and all this crap, guys. Like, it truly is crazy how when you demonstrate your ability to walk away or let them leave, and say, you know what, if you're not happy, you can just go. The women all of a sudden want to change their mind and stick around, guys. Like, it's absolutely magical how that works. And to address this woman at the very beginning as well, let's go through this one more time.
Haha, I thought I was booed up, but I was really boo-boo clown the whole time, so there goes me wasting another period of my life vibing out with a person that did me dirty.
That's actually a really good point, guys, because a lot of women don't seem to understand that they do run out of time, right? You can't have kids forever. You can't have, marriage from the man that you want forever. As girls start to get older, guys, it becomes literally dangerous to have children, or, the marriage prospects that they once had are no longer there because the men are no longer interested. And then what do, guys? At the end of it, they turn around and they blame men. They say, oh, you're just intimidated by me. You're just scared by me. And that's why you won't commit to me, guys. And a lot of girls really miss that point. But let's see what this next woman here has to say. And we've got the classic crying at the steering wheel.
O'clock in the morning, and I am currently sobbing in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, so that's cool. I also have people looking at me, so that's even cooler. Long story short, I woke up this morning with so much irritability. I don't know where it came from because I went to bed perfectly fine. So that's cool. I woke up and yelled at my son when I was getting him ready for school, and although I apologized and explained to him that it wasn't his fault, I still feel like shit because I need to learn how to control my emotions.
Okay, we've got to pause it right there before it goes into the next woman. This is again something that a lot of girls find out the hard way, and they start to go, oh crap, I need a man. Because society will tell them, guys, society will tell them, you know what, you're strong and independent, you can do whatever the hell you want, go out there, be a single mother, hell, the government will even pay for you. Okay, but here's the thing, these girls, when they start to raise that child, they're like, oh crap, man, I don't want to be the disciplinarian as well as the emotional support. They can't do it, guys. Right, because raising a child is it's a two-person effort, guys. A man and a woman, guys. You know what I mean? Like, you need a masculine force and you need a feminine force. You need the supporting and you need the drive behind it. Right? I use this example, guys, because I think it's a good one. But like, I want you to imagine for a moment, right? A kid who's out there learning to use the bike. Right? If the kid falls off the bike, yeah, they might need a bit of support, some patching up, they graze their knee or something, but they also need that individual there who's going to say, okay, look, it's time to get back on the bike. We got to learn some things. We got to continue onwards, guys. And that's the problem when you kick men out of family units, is there's no, there's no disciplinarian, there's no drive, there's no discipline. Right? There's none of that. And these girls, they can't fulfill both roles, guys, and they end up making TikToks crying at their steering wheel. Because it's supposed to be a two-person job.
Apologize and explain to him that it wasn't his fault. I still feel like shit because I need to learn how to control my emotions.
And then we are back to this woman again, and I'm just, guys, I cannot listen to her again, so we're just kind of gonna mute as this plays through. But again, like, I made this point, guys, but you get these boss babe girls, right? Girls who talk like this. I'm going to unmute it for only a second.
And that simply will just not be one of them.
Okay, you get girls who talk like that, right? And then, I've said this, guys, but they will still be the individuals who are crying on their bedroom floor at 2 a.m. Right? They are still the individuals, despite all this boss babe crap and the glasses and I think she had like the long nails and all that, despite all of this, guys, she will still find herself crying over a man. Despite all the, I don't need a guy, I don't need no man, we still end up in the exact same position. And it's not because men are intimidated by you. Right? It's not because men are, scared of your professional ability or anything like that. But guys, I think this is a good point. We are going to be bringing up today's Patreon question. So let's take a look at what today's is. So today we have a question from CL. Again, I won't be reading out people's names unless specified, guys, because I don't really want to be out here doxing people. And the question is, why are most men invisible to most women? So guys, if you're new to this side of the internet, it commonly goes around the idea that most men are invisible to most women. Okay, and so this individual wants to know why that is the case. Guys, this is just a very clear cut. Women only look at the top percentage of men, right? A lot of them think that, okay, well, I can get this Chad, I can get this guy back in my 20s who was super attractive and this and that. So they just simply overlook the men who they deem to be below them, right? And what is below them? Any guy who they haven't been able to have some fun with, right? Because if a girl goes out here, guys, and, she dates a dude who makes a lot of money, looks really good, he hits the gym and stuff like that, she's always going to believe that she's entitled to that. So her vision is going to be tunneled on men who fit that demographic. And she's not ever going to feel like, oh, those guys who are quote unquote lower than him, she never thinks that they exist, guys, because they're not an option to her. You see, she wants to continue dating upwards. But again, thank you to CL for submitting that question. Guys, make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments to that as well. There's probably a lot of points that I'm missing on that. And a lot of you guys kind of pull me up on that, which is great to see. Let's continue with the video.
Doing my hair, and I don't know why, but I just thought about my ex. And last time I talked to him, he told me he was blocking me. And usually he blocks me for like 2-3 days, whatever. Baby, he's had me blocked for almost 3 months. Like, okay, King, protect your peace. Good for you, baby. Go, King, go.
Give to them, you want them to call you.
No way. You guys can't see this. No way, man. The call me or unblock me love spell. There is no way. Oh my.
You want them to send you love messages. You want them to unblock you. Anything you want your special person to do if there's not been any communication or connection or whatever.
Shit like my bank account.
Guys, I tell you what, girls will try and come up with any solution to get their man, like, other than being pleasant. Like, I swear to you guys, they will, refuse to let go of the I'm a boss babe, I'm a queen, I'm a this, I'm a that. And rather than let go of the entitlement or anything like that, we've gone to spell making, guys. Literally spell making. Call me, unblock me, love spell. Man, that's something. But obviously, going back to this clip again, just quickly addressing this before we continue. This is kind of crazy to me, guys. I've never understood the idea of like, you know, going off again, on again with a girl in terms of like you're in a relationship and then you're not. Right? Girls will be strung along by dudes, which is something I understand. Like, I can definitely see that happening. But guys, like, if a girl does you dirty, never look her way again, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? And this is for the dudes who are dating. Just keep her blocked permanently. Just permanently, guys. I don't understand the willingness of men to accept like disrespect and crazy behavior and all this other kind of crap, guys. You know what I mean? Like, if you're, I would say just completely block these girls, never unblock them, guys. And she's genuinely a bit surprised by this, it seems.
And last time I talked to him, he told me he was blocking me. And usually he blocks me for like 2-3 days, whatever. Baby, he's had me blocked for almost 3 months. Like, oh.
And guys, a lot of these women, they know when they do things wrong. There's no need to explain like, oh, I'm blocking you because you did this, and this. You think these girls don't know what they do? Right? A lot of them who do terrible things, and I don't know what this woman has done or not done, but a lot of girls, when they do messed up stuff or they, you know, they start playing games or acting funny, they know exactly what they're doing, guys. There's no need to announce, you know what, I'm going to block you. No, just block her, guys. None of the closure, guys. Just go off and do what you'd prefer to do, because honestly, anything is a better use of your time.
Or special person to do if there's not been any communication or connection or whatever.
Shit like my bank account being negative just makes me feel like I can't do this shit. And I've been successfully adulting for 1.5 years now without having any overdrafts, without having any of my bills missed, not having to have extensions or anything. But I still have that mindset because my ex-husband literally beat it into me that I could not leave and that I would never be able to be a successful adult on my own. And then I got fired from a job that I absolutely loved. And I was so excited. Like, the second they brought up this job, I wanted it, and I didn't ever think I was ever going to have a chance at it. And then they gave it to me, and then I got fired. And
guys, there's been this phrase that I've heard a few times recently, which is that women tend to marry a lifestyle, not the man. And I've been thinking over that in my head, and I tend to agree with that. Right, I truly do. You will notice that the partners that women pick for marriage are typically men who are like more stable. Right, men who demonstrate financial stability so that because what a lot of these girls come to realize, guys, is like, yeah, they can go out here, they can be a boss babe, they can work for, you know, until retirement. But a lot of them start to realize like, oh, maybe I can get a meal ticket instead. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of men have become. Right, with the help of the government and legislation, a lot of men have become those meal tickets, right? Guys, don't go out here, don't get married. But it seems to me like she's describing that the man in this situation, her ex-husband, was actually correct. Right, he said that you wouldn't be successful, you know, you wouldn't be able to have a successful career or something to that effect. And here she is out here getting fired from 2 consecutive jobs, it seems like. Right, guys, I'm telling you, it's really unfortunate. It truly is. But a lot of women, particularly when it comes to marriage, they look at it like an insurance policy. From what I've seen, guys, it's very little, you know, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with love, to be honest with you. Right, and the government wholeheartedly endorses this, guys, because do you think the government wants to be out here, you know, paying for these women, paying for these single mothers? Of course not. Why would why would the government want to pay for this when they can just get men to, right? But again, guys, like, they get the divorce and they realize that the grass wasn't greener on the other side, getting fired from 2 consecutive jobs, and we ended up with a TikTok on an episode, right?
And it just sucks. Because at the end of the day, even though he's like 1 million miles away, hiding in Germany or somewhere in Europe, he could still do damage. He could still my life up.
Oh, did he get her fired? Was that what it was? I don't know. Maybe I missed that. Did he get her fired or something like that?
From all the way over there and face 0 consequences. And that really just sucks to know that. The fact that he could still mentally wreck me and mess up my life, get me fired from a job that I really fucking liked. And I can't even do shit fast enough. Like, I couldn't get divorced fast enough. I can't get my name changed fast enough because I have to do all these other things. I have to file for bankruptcy still. I have to do all of these things still.
I'd be interested to know how the man got her fired, right? Like, I don't know. We're getting no specifics here, guys. Maybe I missed something. Let me know in the comments. There's a good chance, man. I'm a little bit scatterbrained at the minute. But it seems to me like we're missing a lot of context here. So the dude got her fired from Germany. Did he own like the company? Did he employ you or something like that? Because if he's your employer, then he has the right to do that. He has the right to fire you if he wants. But again, guys, notice how we miss so many specifics, man. You know, let me know in the comments if I missed something, guys. It's totally possible that I have. I'm going straight to bed after this, guys. But like, we're missing a lot of specifics in stories like this. It just seems to me like we're blaming the dude and we're not getting any sort of information other than he got me fired. What did he get you fired for? You know, last episode, guys, we looked at a woman who talked about like, oh, I get treated so crap in STEM, and she was citing how customers would treat her terribly in emails. It's like, you know, working for IT, but we get no background, you know, context to any of that.
And nobody wants to help do anything that has any legal ability to help anything. And everybody in my comments keeps saying, oh, you're so strong, you're doing so great. But it doesn't feel like it. Like this makes me feel like he was right and that I'm not capable of doing this on my own.
Yeah, well, if he says that and then you go on to get fired from 2 consecutive jobs, like, it sounds to me like the dude has been correct. Now, obviously, I don't know the dude. I don't know what particular field she's in, guys, but you know, it sounds to me like the dude was correct.
And then I get in my head, I'm like, maybe I should have just stayed. Maybe I should have just put up with it. Because what if I can't do this? What if this was a stupid thing to leave? What if I'm being an idiot by trying to think I could do this? Because...
And guys, that right there is what I'm talking about. That consideration that she just mentioned is what I'm talking about. Because what she was essentially outlining right there is the fact that, okay, can I leave this man and be stable on my own? That is the calculation. Right? Do I need this man? Because a lot of these relationships, they're not born out of love. They're not born out of care. Unfortunately, a lot of them are born out of necessity, guys. This is why, gentlemen, girls wait for so long. They typically, you know, over the years, guys, the age of marriage has gone up and up and up because these girls want to push it off and push it off and push it off because it's a retirement plan for them, guys. You see what I'm saying? It's a retirement plan. And listen to her. She said in the comments, all the girls saying, you're strong and independent. You can do this, queen. Right? And that's truth be told, guys, that's the lie that a lot of them have been sold. Right? Or at least they don't want to go out there and be strong and independent if they can. Right? They come back in their car and they're like, damn it, did I make a mistake? Should I have stayed with him, etc.?
What if I can't? And like, logically, I know that's not the case because I've been doing it for a while now and doing just fine, but shit like this, because like, what am I doing? Because I can't even do anything. I can't even do anything to fix it.
This is an
Interesting, guys. We're going to be leaving the clips there. Let me know what you guys think as it pertains to this last video, because unless I didn't miss anything, guys, I don't know. I think she's kind of talking some crap, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. So let's move on to today's Reddit story and see what we have to talk about here today. And this looks to be a bit of a rough one. So let's take a look here. We have 9 days ago. It begins with the title, girlfriend of 2 years has been cold and distant over the last 3 months and isn't giving me any feedback besides I am tired. As a result, I feel very alone in the relationship and I am considering leaving if things do not change. Am I overreacting? We are both 29 years of age, we don't live together, and we have been seeing each other twice a week since we have met. The first 21 months were fine. Communication was good. The bedroom fun was fine. She would let me speak and not cut me off. She would be interested in my life and show more affection towards me in general. It was light and fun, but open and honest as well. Guys, I want to ask you gentlemen this question. For those of you who have been in long-term relationships, you know, did you get a different variant of the person that you were dating at the beginning to what you got thereafter? right? I noticed, for example, a lot of married men, a lot of guys who particularly have things to lose, you will hear the story of them go through, look, my wife was fantastic at the beginning, or, you know, before she was my wife, and then as soon as I gave up the commitment, as soon as I gave her the ring, or for those of you who have not been married, as soon as I gave her the certainty that I would be there through thick and thin no matter what, the girls lose interest, right? And that's a really tough pill to swallow, guys. But, you know, it seems all too common where dudes will get in relationships and they get a different version of the girl at the beginning. And then when the relationship continues, when the man offers more commitment, they end up with a totally different individual. It's kind of spooky when you think about it. Let's continue. The last 3 months, bringing us to 24 months or 2 years in total, she has been much more closed off emotionally, appearing neutral most of the time, and only half as affectionate towards me. I personally would expect less than that typically. By this point, not greeting me warmly when I visit her or asking me any questions about how I have been. Bedroom fun has felt very much like a chore for her, and she just does this and says, "What do you want to do?" in this monotone voice, which honestly makes me totally lose my interest. And when I explain how this affects me, she just sighs or rolls her eyes and says how we can either have bedroom fun or not, but she wants to know because she is tired. It just leaves me feeling stupid and unwanted. And guys, this is the part where a lot of men are kind of tempted to enter negotiations, right? Or if they're married by this point, go and see, marriage counselors and stuff like this, guys. But the unfortunate truth of it is that you can't negotiate a girl's interest in you. You can't sit down, have a logical conversation and come to a conclusion about why she isn't attracted to you. And the worst part of it, guys, is truth be told, if you do sit down and try and have that conversation, you're going to be given misleading information anyway. She'll just say like, oh, you need to do more for me. You need to do this. You need to do that. You'll basically get a list of chores that you have to do more often than not. And ironically enough, the more that you do those chores, the more interest that she loses in you. Let's continue. We have also been out to eat lunch or dinner a bunch of times over this 3-month period, and she just focuses on the menu and the food and eats and drinks quickly, and then sort of gives me body language that she wants to go, and I feel like it is such a task that just needs to get done, whereas prior we would talk and laugh and take our time. This really sucks because I feel like a task to complete, not a person to spend time with. Once a month over the last 3 months, I have said to her that I want to speak about some things to do with us about the last few months, and each time she just blank stared me and sighed. Already off to a negative start each of these times, and I had not even began speaking. And you see, guys, when you enter into this part of the relationship, this is where you truly see a lot of infidelity start. Right? And as guys, gentlemen, a lot of girls will lose respect for you the moment that you try and say to her, look, when you look to her for guidance, guys, I'm telling you, man, girls absolutely hate to be looked for guidance, especially in a relationship, right? If you're out there like, oh, are we okay? Are things doing fine and crap like that? Girls will just lose more and more respect, man. It's really counterintuitive how it works. But let's continue. Blah, blah, blah. I openly and honestly explained to her that I care about her and enjoy what we have been, but the behavior I have been noticing was very much sudden and not expected and felt like something was probably an issue. Also, there's a good point. There's a good chance by this point that the girl is cheating on him. When girls emotionally withdraw like this, guys, like usually it's just too little too late. I gave her some clear examples as well each of these times, and she would just shake her head and nitpick my examples and then be physically distant from me for the rest of the time that I was with her. I told her that I am not a teenager and I'm only interested in open, honest conversations, not hiding things from each other, and that I just don't feel wanted much lately, excuse me. But yeah, she just said stuff like, I'm tired, what do you mean? Or okay, yeah, no, I get it, okay, and then changes the topic. Nothing has changed in the last 3 months, and I've tried to speak to her about how I feel about us at the moment. I had a message from her this morning with just a love heart and confirmation that she booked a lunch for us in a few days. I read her messages and I just feel like, what's the point? It will be just like the last 5 or 8 times we have, where she powers through the event while putting in no effort to talk, and then we go back and have this scheduled bedroom fun. Then I say goodbye and she appears numb and says bye and closes the door. I don't know. I feel like the last 3 months I've been doing all of the lifting in the relationship and I felt very unappreciated by her. I care about her and it's putting me in this weird place where I don't know what to do. I've put myself out there, nothing. I've told her what I've observed and how it affects me, nothing. This doesn't feel like a fun, loving, caring relationship anymore. It feels like she's just walled off and no matter what I say or do, she isn't saying anything and is just going through the motions. Guys, stories like this are why I laugh when girls say that, you know, oh, I just want a guy who's going to be open and honest with me, right? I want a guy who's fantastic with communication and crap like that. I want a guy, look at this, I want a nice guy, right? Because the fact of the matter is, guys, is that they don't. They want the guy who leads. They want the guy who doesn't look to them for emotional guidance, right? And of course, relationships are going to deteriorate over time anyway. Typically, guys, as people kind of open up and show more of who they are. But as a general trend, a lot of women, guys, they hate it when they're put in the leadership position in a relationship, right? I'm just going to actually bring this back one more time to this Reddit story before we continue into the magazine article. I want you guys to notice this sentence right here, right? I feel like the last 3 months I've been doing all of the lifting in the relationship. Guys, don't stay where you're not wanted, okay? Just truly don't, guys. You'll save yourself so much damn time. So many men are out here in relationships literally doing everything and the girl's treating them like crap. And I'm like, man, why the hell would you even stay? You know what I mean? But let's continue on to the next article. And this article is titled, Why You're Not Attracted to Nice Guys. You are not crazy. You're onto something, written by a woman named Nikki Marinis. And I love how these things say like a 9-minute read, as if these individuals are that busy. You know what I mean? Let's continue. Have you ever been on a date with a guy who was nice, but you didn't feel anything? You thought, what is wrong with me? Why can't I like him? Women have a strong sense of intuition about things like this. We can tell when something is off. A woman with a high sense of self-worth is even more aware that something is wrong below the surface of this nice guy. A woman with low self-worth will agonize over why she isn't interested and feel guilty about it. She stresses on how to tell him that she isn't feeling it or how to break it off. A woman with a strong sense of self-worth won't feel guilty. She'll trust her instincts and run. There are nice guys and there are good men. There is a big difference. Nice guys have no sense of self-worth. They're low-value men in disguise. So what are the traits of these low-value nice guys? Nice guys tell you how nice they are. Nice guys beat around the bush. A nice guy won't come out and tell you exactly what he wants. He's afraid of rejection, so he frames things in a way where he won't feel the sting should it come. For example, instead of just asking you out on a date and making it clear it's a date, he'll say something like, let me know if you want to hang out sometime. Maybe we can go out to eat soon. You can text me anytime. Here is my number. Let me know when you're free. Guys, all of these sentences right here, right, are typically things that a lot of guys would go, you know what, like a lot of men who kind of grow up being brainwashed, like, oh, you should treat a woman like a princess. You're taught that sentences like this are good things to say because, like, you want to be considerate of her time. You want to give her your number so it's in her court to see, you know, so you're not coming off as you know, you're not insisting, you're just giving her the option. You can text me anytime, right? Being available to girls, you're taught to be available as a man. Maybe we can go out to eat soon, right? A lot of guys are taught to say crap like this, right? To be considerate of the girl's time, to give her the option, but don't force anything on her, guys. And this is the rhetoric literally that you were taught as a man. It's like, you know, place her time above yours, always be considerate, get her things, be kind and crap like that. But the unfortunate part is, guys, is sentences like this just absolutely repulse women. They really do. Like the uncertainty, the inability to lead and crap like that, girls hate it. It's interesting. Instead of taking that ball and running with it, he throws it back in your court. Nice guys don't clarify their intent. They tap dance around the subject, hoping to get lucky. They're flirting with you unless you're not okay with that, and then they totally weren't. They're desperate to avoid accountability for their choices. They have no confidence that you'll say yes, so they feel like they have a better shot if they trick you or drop breadcrumbs. You gotta love how girls seem to think that this is tricking, by the way. Right? Stuff like this is tricking. Maybe the guy's just trying to be considerate of your time, as he has been taught for the past many, many years. They want to be vague, so if you don't like what they're offering, then they never meant it in that way, so it's not their fault that you read them wrong. But if you do like what they're offering, then that's what they meant all along, and aren't they ever so charming and clever for it? Let's continue. Nice guys have a ton of women burned me stories. Nice guys don't respect your boundaries. Very counterintuitive how this works, by the way. Nice guys don't respect your boundaries. The nice guy doesn't do well with words like no or not now or some other time. They have an agenda. They want to know, they want what they want, and they want it now. Let's continue. Nice guys have misplaced values about bedroom fun. When was the last time you had bedroom fun? How many men have you been with? How have you ever had bedroom fun with someone outside your race? How experienced are you? Get ready, you're about to be judged. It's a no-win question. Yeah, because Lord forbid, guys, you ask anything about her past. Absolutely terrible behavior right there. You know, nice guys rush in. We've all experienced the man who comes on strongly to fade or disappear in a few weeks or a couple of months. They love bomb you. They want to see you constantly. They text you good morning, good night, or keep up in constant contact. You begin to wonder if they have a life at all. Their self-pacing mechanism is non-existent. This man doesn't even know you yet, but he puts his need for instant gratification above anything else. You think he wants a good woman, but what he wants is attention and validation of his worth. I mean, maybe the guy just wanted bedroom fun and then he left, right? Look at this. So she doesn't want a guy who, you know, who talks around it and says, maybe we can go on a date. But then obviously, she doesn't want the guy who comes on strong and then ditches her, right? Nice guys are pleasers. Nice guys want to please you and often give up their own needs to do so. There's nothing wrong with wanting to please a woman. A good man wants to please a woman, but he isn't going to forsake himself to do so. Nice guys expect appreciation for their pleasing efforts. Yeah, guys, just make pleasing efforts and go out and do things for women and don't expect anything in return, I suppose, right? Yes, we should know that men want to be appreciated and give that willingly, but the nice guy expects it and will make it known when he doesn't get to his satisfaction. Yeah, guys, like, I'm always, don't let these girls know. Just dip, man. If you're in a situation where you're not appreciated or you feel undervalued or crap like this, guys, just just leave. There's really no need to say with girls who do that kind of crap. But obviously, guys, we've got a bit of an all over the place article here today. Today has been a little bit of a scatterbrain episode. Let me know what you guys think, some of your thoughts, and as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. With that being said, make sure you go and show some love to the editor of today's video, guys. You can find free Apple Watch wallpapers over on his website, www.applewatchfaces.io. Make sure you head over there, guys, and bookmark the tab to show some support for your boy. He's gone through the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together today's video, guys, so make sure to go and show him some support for what he has endured today. Take it easy, guys, and peace for real this time.